How's everyone doing today? And welcome back to Sinister Customs. Today I just thought I would go over all my SCX24s and kind of answer some questions I've got and show you what I've done. So let's get to it. So starting off with this monstrosity, I call it the Sinister Stagecoach. In the front I'm running the stock steering links, stock axle, stock shocks. Did however move the shocks inwards, and I am running the Warthog chassis. The rack on the top is off a Mini Z4 runner, running a Predator 13-gram servo, a Easy Run hobby wing, ESC, running the Surpass 1400 kV on the Fury Tech mount off of the stock receiver. Got the Mofo pass-through axle, rear worm gear, my own little link setup. I don't remember what links those are, but yeah, stock axles, dually scramblers, stock wheels just glued together. Got spacers in there. Yeah, that's pretty much that build. Some links I made just out of some brass square tubing. The battery can either go up there or down on those lower links for a crawler competition or a uphill crawl competition I was doing. Yeah. Any questions about it? Just ask. Of course, love the Velcro and the servo arms as extensions. On to the next one. Next is one of my C10s. It is just the front of the C10 body on a Walmart Metal Racer frame or tube chassis, whatever that is. Yeah, I got the Super Swampers on there on reverse mounted RC 4-wheel drive stamped steel wheels, running the double barrel shocks with the stock link balls. I did cut the shock mount off the rear and drilled a hole lower down so that way the rear could compress more when I had this thing a belly dragger. The rear diff cover is just an aluminum one off one of the Amazon cast axles. The frame is the Hot Racing, that full cage. I just cut it down. Let's get it open here. So just using magnets to hold the front of the body down. For the back, I don't know if we can get there. It's just the Jeep mount. All the wiring is for some LEDs I just put in there temporarily. The front servo is the Eco. Does pretty good. Of course, running the Mofo brass steering links. Also have the Mofo 4mm extended axles with the big old brass weights, brass knuckles, this Amazon 1/10 scale ESC, again using a stock receiver. Oh, something to point out, if you did burn out your ESC, so if your ESC no longer works with your motor, you can still use it to run an aftermarket ESC. The receiver part still works. That ESC is shot. It does not run a motor anymore, but it'll still run that receiver or that ESC. So yeah, something to note. But there's that C10 build. Running the Enduro 030 motor. It's not bad. It's got pretty good speed, not a lot of torque though. So especially trying to turn these big tires, doesn't quite do it. Gets bound up a little bit. But yeah, that's all for that one. Well, these three here are pretty similar in their build style, so I'll go over them together. The Deadbolt, Jeep, and the Betty. So running the Enduro 030, this one's running the Enduro, actually no, this one's running the Amazon 050, and the Fury Tech with the Tegu, factory V2 ESC, factory V1. All of them are running the Amazon cast axles. This one is running the, what is it? Yeah, Racing, I believe. Yeah. No. Yeah. This one's running the Yeah Racing shocks, 37mm, Hot Racing oil fill, Endura double barrels, carbon fiber Amazon frame, and Savox Servo, Emax Servo, stamped steel four-wheel or RC four-wheel drive stamped steels on some mudslingers, SDS wheels on some, what are those? BF Good wrenches, I believe. Yep, them are the BF Good wrenches. And then some other SDS wheels on the Mud Bashers. And yeah, this one has the inner fenders, just some Amazon ones. They're alright, but I like the ones I have on the Gladiator better. We'll get to those in a second. And then, yeah, this one has Amazon links, 4-link in the front. And this one also has Amazon links, high clearance. This one has Endura high clearance links. Amazon skid plate. Amazon skid plate. HR. So yeah, that's those three. Let's get on to some more badass builds. Now on to the monster truck. This is just a model kit body that I now wish I didn't cut up because they are becoming hard to find. Cheapest one I found is like $70-something. But did it to replicate my truck and running the Lotrax. Oh, I think they're for like a 1/14 scale or something. But yeah, the hex does not fit, so I just super glued or epoxied some of the factory hexes in there to make those fit. Amazon shocks, custom made link in the rear, 3D printed link in the front. Let's get the body off. Again, magnets for body mounts. There, so yeah, the body literally just snaps right on like that. I mean, it's on there. Just got those from Hobby Lobby. Yeah, so running the Dynamite 6000 kV motor. If you've seen videos of that thing, that's what it had in it. So now this has it. Spectrum to run the, it's a 5-channel, so I can run the rear steer. And then running the Spectrum servos as well. Yeah, that's pretty much that on there. The ESC is built into that motor, so that's why you're not seeing an ESC anywhere. Let's look underneath. Yep, so stock axles, stock steering links. Again, running the stock brass worm gears in those. They seem to hold up just fine as long as the truck doesn't weigh too much. The only one I've had problems with the stock worm gears in and going fast or anything like that is that thing, which is over 900 grams. So it it has some issues. But for this, I haven't had a problem with the worm gears at all. Seems I have a problem with axle shafts, but not the gears themselves. And then we're not really going to go over that one too much. That's just my pretty much stock rig that I test things out on. Amazon motor, we'll be doing a review on that and that Amazon ESC that comes with it. So that's just stock test rig. Won't really be doing much on it. Just looks kind of pretty, except for the grill falling off. Yeah, on to the next one. What will it be? Jeep. So the Gladiator, one of my most popular builds so far, other than that guy, but soon to be the fastest SCX24 with worm gears anyway out there. So right now I've got the Mofo Lone Stars, I think 1.2 wheels on there. These things look killer. Only downfall about them is that they are pretty particular about the tires you can run. Try to run, like a big set of tires with some big sidewall, they just want to flop all over the place. But for a low pro tire, they look killer. Definitely the stance they add. So the main reason I'm running them on this is I'm trying to limit the flex, sidewall flex, for when I'm turning, for stability, for trying to go fast anyway. So that's what I'm running there. The videos you've seen with, that guy going super fast, and the video on my Instagram of this thing blowing the tires up is with this setup right here, which is the Surpass Rocket 9500 kV. I think they're meant for a Mini Z. So gear wise, I'm running the stock spur gear as the pinion gear, and running the little tiny Mofo RC spur gear. So stupid high gear ratio. This little motor is having, it was having a little bit of trouble turning and whatnot, but then the added weight and everything with this thing, putting it on the ground, it barely wanted to move. Having it with the wheels up in the air, you can go on my Instagram and see what it does. But yeah, not very practical. So I've got a bigger motor coming for it. We will see how it does. It's for a Mini T, which is actually what that motor's for too. So it's going to be about that same size. But it's going to be, what is that? It's a 7,200 kV. So the biggest downfall with that is you can't run a different ESC. So the ESC I'm running here is, let's get turned around, the Sidewinder Micro, which can go up to 15, where does it say? 15 something volts. Either way, I can run that on 4S. So 4S on a 7,200 kV motor. Just tie two of these stock batteries together. See what that does. Again, running the Spectrum. That is actually the blade, 3980 kV. That goes right there. But I wanted to see what it would do. It didn't impress me too much in here, so it's gonna go back. But yeah, the inner fenders I was talking about, these guys right here from Flubber Stuffers, they are nice. And those side skirts too, look at that detailing. But the main thing I like about these is they're flexible. So like when the body comes down, you can actually push them in, and they actually help secure the body in there. So they just, it's hard to see, tuck up in there nice. Really like them. Look at that. So yeah, if you haven't got a set of those yet, definitely need them. Stock steering servo. This thing's not really crawling, so it doesn't need much. It's running the HR internal spring shocks. I did take the spring out and put a spring for a mini Z in there, so it's still got a little bit of a springiness to it, but it's down there at the very bottom. Just to keep the ride height down a little bit. Try to keep this thing more stable at high speeds. But yeah, keep an eye out for what's to come on this one. So, guess it's on to the semi. Okay, Mr. Worth It. So where do I even start on this guy? Right now he is in shambles. Doesn't have a motor. The wiring is a mess. So that's why the motor's out of it, is I'm trying to clean up all this wiring from doing the LEDs. I've got 4 up here. Well, actually 6, because there's 2 blue ones in the bumper down there. And then there are 4 more back here. Then I am running a single LED up there to some fiber optics. And I go light all those little guys up. Might be doing some more fiber optics for some turn signals up here. We'll see about that. And then wiring in for the trailer lights. Also want to do some interior lights to show off that beautiful interior. Yeah, so it's a little Amazon LED light kit I got. Stock shocks. Running the Mofo dually wheels, and you can buy them in this set of 10 with the dualies in the rear, just like that. The tires are the I believe rock creepers and crushers. Creepers in the rear, maybe crushers in the front. But yeah, either way, they are the best size I found to fit the fender well, in the front anyway. All Savox servos. These are both reversed in the rear. Didn't necessarily need them reversed, running the Spectrum 5-channel, but the reversed are black, so I thought it looked better back here. Yeah, running HR steering links in the front and rear, except for the center is stock, just because it is a little easier to modify. Let's get this out of the way. What's all up here? So I'll be running the FuryTech Lizard. I had the Tegu in there, but 3S literally just kills the differentials in this thing. So 2S does just fine. So I'll just run the Lizard in there for room, getting 2 1S batteries to hide on either side. Also for room with the LEDs. Yeah, it's got brass steering knuckles all around. What else? Pretty much that there. So underneath, it was running the motor you just saw in the Gladiator. That is a pass-through axle I welded through myself. Works fine. I think I'm missing a screw there, but I need to fix that anyway. That worm gear in there is shot, so I'll be tearing that apart and fixing that while doing all the wiring. Yeah, if you guys want to build one of these yourself, it is honestly not that hard. This kit, the Kenworth, I believe it's Lightning Express 1/25th scale. The frame and this plate here is all one piece, and it's like the perfect width. So as you can see right there, got the stock frame in the front that extends out. That mounts everything there with one of the stock skid plates running the deadbolt in the front. So you will need two SCX24s, a deadbolt and a Jeep or a C10. But running the front deadbolt in the front, running the front Jeep or C10 in the rear or middle, again off another stock plate. And the very rear, can't remember exactly, I think that's front Jeep and front Jeep lowers for both the rear, because the front you need to be, let's see, just a little bit longer to go up to the frame. You can barely see it right in there. I also did put some aluminum to stiffen up the frame a little bit because it does have some flex to it. But yeah, all back here is the model kit. Everything is attached to the model kit. And then the lower is just attached to the bottom of the other axle. So yeah, that is how all that is ran. So again, with a deadbolt and a Jeep and this model kit, you can make one of these yourself. I mean, you could still run the brush motor right down in there. So you don't even have to have the motor up there. You could still run the factory brush motor down there. You might need to source some drive shafts. But yeah, with those two in the model kit, you can make this yourself without the, of course, rear steer, unless if you wanted to buy another front axle. Yeah, and then feel free to ask questions if you're trying to build one and need some help. But I think that's pretty much all of them. Well, I'll actually show you the one I'm working on right there. Let's get to him. So this one here is the newest build I'm working on. It's a, I can't remember what year Ford body, 30-something Ford body. Just running Enduro wheels and tires. Just glued the back ones together to make dualies. Way shortened frame in the rear. Mofo torque beast sitting there. Savox servo in the front. And then got it hinged. So pull the back up here. It doesn't sit very well. I'll have to make that sit up there better. Yeah. Hinges up. Going to fit the battery right up there above the servo. It's right in there. ESC will go right under the interior. It's got a little top here for the back to cover all this up. Yeah, all in all, this thing's gonna be a pretty nice little rig. I'm excited for it. Can't decide whether or not I want to chop the top. I don't know, I kind of like it that way. But yeah, still got a long way on detailing, painting, but a lot of the major stuff's done. Engine fitment, or motor fitment. Stock shocks just laid way back. Again, a lot of that will probably change after I get it kind of set where it needs to, and then I can start adding upgrades from there. But yeah, there it is. So one thing I did forget to mention on the Jeep is if you still want crawlability, but you want to go a little faster, and I'm talking like normal walking speed, well, at least for me, and I got pretty long legs, so all you need is a little bit different gear. Mofo sells the adjustable mount, and that's a 20-tooth pinion gear, and that'll keep up with a good walking speed but still allow you crawlability. So, and that's just on an Amazon motor. If you get the torque beast, I'm sure the crawlability will be a lot more, or if you get the buzzsaw, it'll be a lot faster. Or if you get the buzzsaw and that gear and that gear right there, it go even faster. So go check out the different gears that Mofo has to get your crawler set just where you want it. Well, thanks for watching, everyone. Hope you have a wonderful day. Until next time.